Hey YouTubers, it's Tony Maloof from thewoodshouter.com. This will be a series of videos regarding building an AK-74 in my garage. I have already produced 3.5 hours of video just on the subject alone. I will be releasing the video in 15 to 20 minute increments on YouTube for as long as they'll allow me to post this type of video. In the future, I plan to be doing more eclectic type videos covering subjects such as woodworking, metalworking, hunting, fishing, amateur electronics, homesteading, animal husbandry, things like that. I might cover a little light political commentary and healthcare issues. But for now, I hope you enjoy these next few series of videos. They'll be posted on my site at thewoodshouter.com in addition to YouTube. Feel free to come by and check out what's going on. Subscribe and I'll keep you abreast of what I'm planning for the future. Thanks for listening. Alright, so what I have here in front of me are the boxes that I bought with the parts and the jigs to build an AK-74. So this is the trigger that I bought. You need to have apparently at least six US made parts in your rifle in order to make it legal. And this is a trigger that I bought from Power Custom, Randell Power. I spent a little over 85 bucks for this trigger. The shipping was $5.60. And I'm going to open it here for the first time. Here's the packing slip. Total cost $93.49. It's an adjustable AK trigger system. This is the only adjustable trigger that I found out there. Very expensive. I've heard some good reviews, some bad reviews. I see here that the shipping really costs $5.60 and they charged me $8. I think it was $8.50, so they made a good $2 or $3 on the shipping. There's the packing slip. And here's the trigger. They've got the instructions. You can find these on the internet. Also, it's a PDF file on the internet. It's called redstararms.com. redstararms.com. And they give you 3 pieces in here. The trigger itself. There's a sear in here, and then the hammer. And there's an Allen wrench, and I don't know what this white stuff is in here. I'm going to have to go through and open this up, but that's the trigger package from Red Star Arms. Cost me $93.49. Is it worth it? Probably not. I heard that there's a Tapco trigger out there that's about 36 bucks that I guess if you're a gunsmith you can adjust to a 3.5 pound, 4 pound pull. I don't know why you would want to, but you can adjust this trigger for over travel, creep, and trigger pull pounds. 1 and 2 stage adjustment. There's the trigger. 96 bucks for this little package here. These guys made out. Alright. Okay, next I have a box from AK Builder. I'm not quite sure I remember what's in this box, but let's open it up and see. Probably some jigs and some parts, I would think. Shipping on this doesn't really say on here, does it? Box. Packing slip. Let's see what was in there. Oh, I bought a reamer, 5mm and a 7mm reamer. Those are for the trigger and the actually the fire group holes that secure the trigger in the receiver. I bought an AK Builder rail alignment fixture. Not sure how utilitarian that will be, and then a windage and elevation sight tool, a little black AK recoil buffer, a maintenance kit which just includes a bunch of parts to replace in the rifle if they become damaged or lost, and a Red Arms, it's called a shepherd's pin, and when I build the gun I'll show you what that does. But this little box with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts cost me $129.60. Man. And the shipping cost was $12.75. Amazing. Sent by priority mail. And I'm sure they charged me a good $4 for handling. But in this box I have, there's the windage and elevation tool. That's to adjust the front sight. For AKs and SKS military grade windage and elevation sight tool. So there's that. This is the rail fixture. When I bend the receiver flat and spot weld the rails in place, this is a jig that kind of holds the rails in place so that they're aligned with the front trunnion, and I'll show that when I do the build. And here are the extra parts. Looks like there's a hammer spring, magazine release spring, and there's a couple of that little spring that fits between the trigger and the sear. I think it's called a sear. There's a couple of extra springs in there. Mostly springs. Them are extra. And here are the reamers. All those do is after you've drilled a hole with a metal drill, it just polishes up the sides of the hole and refines the hole, makes it more round. There's a 7mm reamer and a 5mm reamer. This is just a little buffer, recoil buffer, goes inside the rifle when you fire, and the recoil spring kicks back, just kind of buffers the metal inside of there so it doesn't wreck the metal. And here's that shepherd's hook replacement part, and we'll go over how that goes in. It's It's just a kind of a retaining pin for the trigger group, fire control group. I'll show you how that goes in. So there you go, $126 for those two, for that group of parts right there. Pretty ridiculous. Little box like that, 126 bucks. Okay, next. This came from Solar Tactical. It was the only company I could find out there on the internet that actually had AK magazines. And these are 30 round magazines. They sent the parts kit to make it legal. There's a block that I also bought that will limit the number of rounds in the magazines to 10 instead of 30. And I forgot there's something else that I got too besides those two magazines, but they charged me over almost $50 per magazine. And I'm not even sure if these are American-made magazines or if they're Bulgarian-made magazines, but I guess we're going to find out. And everything in here was about $100. Here are the magazine kits. These look like they're Bulgarian. They've got the circle with the 21 around it. And spring is in here. The follower here. And the base plate for the magazine is here. These are supposed to be pretty good magazines. But I may have to add more American parts because the magazine will give you 3 American-made parts if you get an American-made magazine. But that's a replacement parts kit, but it has everything that you need in it to build the magazine. I got 2 of those. There's the other kit. And then the blocks are in here. I don't know what these are for. These are the kits to these are. Interesting. Oh, maybe these might be the blocks. Those may be the blocks to prevent the magazine from holding 30 rounds. I don't know what they gave me here. These are some kind of Velcro sticker things there. I'm going to have to figure out what those are. Now this is in the state of California. You have to protect the magazine release from just being able to be operated with your thumb or your finger. You have to use a special tool to operate it. And this thing prevents you from just taking your finger and opening the magazine, dropping the magazine with the magazine release catch. So I'm going to have to figure out how that goes on. I've seen pictures of how that fits on the rifle, so I'm pretty confident that I know how to do it. But it just prevents you from just being able to take your thumb and pushing the magazine release button and dropping the magazine. Let's see what else is there in here. Some paper. So that's what was in there. And I don't see any instructions with the so there's the rapid reload tool, and then the 1030 inserts and the 2 magazines. So they charged me, here we go, $46 for the Gen 2 AK magazine lock. That's the lock I just showed you. This thing right here, called magazine lock, $46 for that. And then the 2 magazines, $45.50 each, for a grand total of $137. Charged me $12.33 shipping. Nice. So this bill's getting very expensive. Okay, so here now the last box. This was from AK Builder. I think there's about $1,500 worth of parts. $1,500 worth of parts and jigs. So this is going to be interesting. Packing paper in here on the top. Nice. Oh Lord, a lot of boxes in here. More cardboard. Alright, here's the packing slip. Oh, they gave me a shepherd's hook. I didn't order it, but they threw it in there. So I got 2 now. Wish they would have told me that before I spent $5 with that other company. Okay, so what do I have in here? There's an AK center support rivet, 1mm receivers. That's the little rivet that's the center support rivet. Cost me $7. The AK trunnion rivet hole drilling fixture. We'll get that out and I'll show you how that works later on in the video. I bought 2 rivet sets in case I screwed up the rivets. I bought a barrel press kit. I bought the flat bending die set, and I got all the dies for the 1mm and 1.5mm thickness flats. I bought 2 receiver flats in case I screwed one up. I bought hardened trigger guide rivet drilling jig. I'm not even sure I need that, but we'll see. Sometimes the parts don't come pre-milled. The rivets are still in the trigger guard and you have to drill those out. I just bought it for the heck, it was 25 bucks. Then the spot welder tong is a set of tongs that fits specifically on the Harbor Freight spot welder. And they're just built so that you can get inside of the receiver to spot weld those guides, the bolt guides that are inside the receiver correctly. So it looks like they just threw in the shepherd's hook, which was nice, but I wished I would have known that because I bought one. Alright. Now, here we go. Let's start with the gun itself. Oh, I didn't mention that I bought the AK-74 parts kit. That was $499. So here we have the barrel, bolt carrier, and the forward hand guards. So here's the upper. There's the barrel. That looks, the wood is nice. So actually, I'm going to leave it in the plastic, but I don't see any. This is actually looking pretty nice. Wow. Okay, so there's the barrel and the bolt carrier, I believe. And here's the stock. Here's the stock. It did get scratched up though. Pretty scratched up. That's too bad. This side looks nice. This side got all scratched up. That's okay, I'm a woodworker. I can fix that. I was planning on redoing the finish on the stock anyway. But it doesn't appear that this is a used kit. It looks like a fairly new kit. Yeah, that's okay. I'm not looking for a used rifle. But I don't know if you can see that on camera. The plastic got all scratched up and so did the stock. That's too bad. That's alright. I can fix it. And here are the parts. I don't see the trunnions in here. Okay, so there's the stock. Here are the flats. There's 2 flats and 2 sets of rails. And the edges are already bent up on these. So this is 1 millimeter thick sheet metal. 41, what is it, 41, forgot the number of the steel. 4160, 4150. I'll have to dub that in later. Those are the 2 flats. I bought 2 in case I screwed one up. If I don't screw one up, I have another flat to do another kit. Alright, the trunnions. Okay, well here's the tongs for the spot welder. And the spot welder I'm going to get from Harbor Freight to spot weld those rails on the receiver. I want to see where those trunnions are. Son of a gun. I don't see them. Okay. Alright, this is the riveting tool. I'm not going to unbox these. I will unbox them when I start to do the build. So this is the AK riveting tool. And that's the tool you use to rivet the internals on the receiver. This is the barrel press kit. We'll go over that. And this is the trigger guard rivet kit. It's a rivet jig to put the rivets in the trigger guard on the receiver. Okay, this is the flat bending guide. This is the drill. This is the jig to bend the flats. And then I have the dies. There's 3 dies in here. These, I hope, are the trunnions. No, this is a drilling trunnion hole drilling fixture right here. I don't know where those trunnions are. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, so this is the trunnion hole drilling fixture. We'll go over that. And then these are just the pressing dies that go into the bottom of the folding jig. Oh my lord, this is the base. This is heavy. These are the dies and this is the base. Look at that. Okay. Alright, that's that. Unbox. So the grand total of this box here, $1,511.09. So far into this I've got about $2,000. There's 1,511, 160.23, 129.60, and 84.99 for the trigger. Wowee. Alright, that's the unboxing. I'm going to cry a little bit over the scratches on this stock. These are deep scratches too, so I do have some sanding oil. I think I can sand those down and probably redo the whole stock. I think I can get it almost as good as new, because it looks like the stock is a little proud of the butt plate. It's a very tiny butt stock. Not very big. I mean, here's my arm and here's the butt stock. That's pretty tiny as rifles go. The rear trunnion is in here and the forward trunnion is already on this kit right here. It's already pressed onto the barrels. There's all the parts. This is the actual rifle parts minus the receiver, which is that flat piece of metal over there. Okay, so let's see, what else do I need? I think I'm going to, although now looking at this kit I was going to Duracoat it, but it really doesn't look like it needs to be Duracoated. Oh, and the cleaning rod is part of the kit right here, so I have a cleaning rod too. Nice. No bayonet lug, but there's a cleaning rod. Of course, in order to make this California legal, I'm going to have to solder the flash suppressor, the compensator on there with silver braze or something. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with the kit for the amount of money I spent. I think I got a nice looking clean kit. The only gripe I have is that the stock is scratched up. But we can fix that. We can make it even better. The end.